Not all Pokemon are friendly. Many of them attack the people, even kill them, especially the most intelligent of Pokemon. Intelligent Pokemon even commit acts characteristics of humans, knowing what they are doing. Lately, many children have disappeared in Tree Island. Nobody knows what happens, nor what can they do. Some witnesses say that a yellow Pokemon has kidnapped them, attracting them with his voice. Can a Pokemon commit a crime like humans? You're going to discover it soon. Be careful what you do or where you go. Dangers lurk everywhere. Your research begins now. My name is Red of Tree Island, and I was given a task by Professor Oak to find his missing grandson, Green, who disappeared in Berry Forest. It was just another day here at Tree Island as I woke up from bed. As I was about to leave though, I saw two Pokeballs at my stairway. One contained the Firefox Vulpix and the other contained Marrow. Now, I knew I was about to go on a research trip to Berry Forest to look for Green, so I needed an intimidating Pokemon. Deciding that Marrow was too adorable I decided to pick Vulpix. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring Marrow along with me as I headed down the stairs. This place has been lonely ever since my mother left, but I knew it was for the better since I didn't want her to be there during the kidnapping. But before I could venture out into Berry Forest, I needed to know what exactly was happening. So I decided to go to the other residents of the island and ask them about it. One of the residents said that he heard strange noises coming from Berry Forest, which proves my theory that something is indeed happening over there. Another resident claimed that he has been looking for the missing children, and he even advises us to be safe. Entering a house, there was a victim who managed to escape, and all he could ever say was the word Hypno. Could that signify that there was a Pokemon involved in this? There was only one way to find out. I decided to make my journey towards Berry Forest immediately. I knew everything I needed to know, and now it's time to carry on with the mission. I managed to arrive at the forest without any problem whatsoever. But before I entered, I saw a police officer who told me that he wouldn't pass if he were in my position. With the warning at hand, I stared at the entrance of Berry Forest, and without any more hesitation, I entered. As I stared at the forest in front of me, I had to muster the courage in order to begin walking. It took me a while, but I finally reached the end of the forest, where a sign that said "Don't go any further" greeted me. Since I already came this far, I knew there was no going back, so I carried on forward, and that was when I saw a little girl. She looked frantic and in need of help, which was my only reason to go and step forward towards her. Who knew it would turn out to be a mistake in the end?
Help, help. I have put another victim, Master Hypno. You can seize his mind and take it to the cave.
Children, don't be afraid. I'm your friend Hypno. Come to my cave.
As soon as I heard that voice, I was now face to face with the kidnapper of the children, Hypno himself. There was not much I could do, and one psychic attack from Hypno managed to kill my Vulpix, leaving me defenseless against this thing. The last thing I saw was Hypno walking towards me as I fell into the land of unconsciousness. As soon as I woke up, I was greeted by a girl who healed my Pokemon, and later discovered that she was the only one in the cave that has yet to be hypnotized by Hypno. I then found another person that was in the cave, but she didn't, or more like couldn't speak at all. And it wasn't just her, it was everyone else in the cave. As I explored deeper into the cave, I finally found him, Green Oak, the grandson of Professor Oak. Just like the others in the cave, he was hypnotized. I knew that I was unable to do anything at this moment, so, with the promise to return and save him, I decided to leave. I decided to carry on into the cave in order to look for an exit so that we could all escape out of here. That was when I saw a hole at the top. While I had no idea where this hole would lead me to, I knew that I had no other options. So without any more hesitation, I took a step forward and fell down the hole. As soon as I dropped down, I reached a place called the Lost Chamber, and as I carried on forward, I saw more and more of Hypno's victims lined up. At the end of the chamber, I saw an old man who told me that he has been in this cave ever since Hypno kidnapped him ever since he was 7. There was another old man's corpse that was even beginning to decompose. I decided to carry on venturing forward into the cave and down into the hole to see where it would lead me to. As soon as I landed, I was face to face with several kids who initiated battles against me. But it wasn't against their Pokemon. It was against them. And the only way to deal with them was to kill. Afterward, there was yet another hole to be explored, and after falling down it, I arrived at the Souls Chamber, where the souls of the dead children remain. Walking down further into the cave, I finally found him, the one that trapped me in here, Hypno. However, before I could do anything, he managed to put me to sleep with his voice.
Come, little children, come with me.
I woke up in some random house where the people told me that everything isn't real and that I am merely in a dream. I knew that if I wanted to progress forward, I needed to find where Hypno was. And as if someone had read my thought, there he stood at the entrance of a tower. Hypno then challenged me into a battle, but instead of battling him, we were battling against more of the children that he has under his control. After killing the last child, Hypno began laughing maniacally, as if mocking me for killing the kids. I decided to carry on forward into the tower that everyone seems to be pointing at. Entering the Souls Chamber, I met up with a girl who I had previously killed in a battle at Lost Chamber. Her words continued to ring in my head, but I knew that I mustn't let this stop me. I had to carry on forward and escape this place. After what seemed like hours, I finally stood at the stairway, which would lead me to the top. I waited too long for this, and without any more hesitation, I walked up the stairs. However, instead of finding the exit, I found myself in a void, and behind me was none other than Hypno. I tried escaping, but no matter where I go, Hypno would always reappear in front of me. And while I didn't want to admit it, I knew that I was trapped here forever. I decided to accept my fate and turned to Hypno as his eyes glowed purple and used Dream Eater on me, forcing me to close my eyes.